Welcome, welcome, welcome to day 6 of trying to build a van in 2 weeks. My sister was an absolute trooper last night and stayed up late, spent 2 hours doing the first coat of poly finish on the backs of all of the boards.
I have no idea how to film a time lapse, so I guess I'll just film me. And I'm gonna eat some cookies. It's 6 pieces left, but I think I need a cookie. A little cookie break before finishing. Pushing through. It is currently 9:34 at night, which is way past my bedtime. So, cookie time. Last shot of the day. It is currently 10:26. Yep, if you can't tell, really tired, but it's done. Or at least the backs are done.
We wanted to put finish on the backs, even though you wouldn't see them, just to prevent warping. A lot of the times with wood, especially if you're going to be going through a bunch of different climates, if you only finish one side, it means that the cells of the wood on this side are going to be a different porosity than the cells of the wood on the other side. And so that can lead to the whole board trying to like create a big rainbow shape, which you don't want on your ceiling and your walls. So we're just going to do 1 coat of poly finish on the backs, and then we'll do 2 or 3 on the fronts to get like a beautiful soft shiny finish on the fronts. So step 1 is to flip over every board in the garage and then get on a coat of poly. Maddie is sleeping in this morning because she stayed up late. From the tutorial video she left me last night, all of this apparently took her 2 hours. So we're going to see how long it takes me to do the fronts. So mild trouble in paradise. I don't know if you can see, but on some of the boards, especially where she was concentrating on the edges, we got like a little bubble and bleed over. And it's not hard, so I'm hoping I'll be able to like wipe it or push it off. But it's not just on this board, it's on like a handful of them where I'm just gonna need to do a little prep before I can poly. Which is fine, I'm just a little nervous. But I guess that's my catchphrase for this project. See what I can do. So I think I was able to pick off the worst of everything on the edges with like my thumbnail. I think that got the worst of it. There was only like 1 or 2 where that goop got on the face, and I just like really lightly sanded, just trying to get the worst of it off. There's like one that I'm a little nervous about. This one I had to, because it was just like so bumpy, I had to sand it. And I took off some of the stain. The stain only penetrates so deep, but I think it's gonna be okay, because if we restain, we're gonna have to start this like whole waiting process over again. And I think even from this far, I'm hoping it won't be super noticeable. We're ready to try this. Montage time. Oh, wow, did I need a break from that book. Instead of listening to a podcast, I decided to work on a book that RV Repair Boyfriend and I are reading together. We like to listen to audiobooks during the day when we're doing monotonous activities, and then it gives us something to talk about when we get to the end of the day. I don't know, anyone else out there? RV Repair Boyfriend and I have been together 10 years. Occasionally, you get to the end of days and you're like, what did you do at work? I don't know. What did you do at work? I don't know. But if you read a book together, then you can talk about the book that you read. So anyway, we like reading books that we know have upcoming movie or TV adaptations, because then we can compare how the book was to the movie. So Stephen King's The Long Walk is coming out in September. And so we're like, oh, perfect. We'll read The Long Walk. The Long Walk, if you haven't seen the trailer for the movie or like read this book, the whole concept are these kids, these teenage boys, are on this long walk on this event. It's very sort of Hunger Games-esque. And the kids just gotta walk at least 4 miles per hour. And if they slow down, they get a warning. And after 4 warnings, they punch their ticket and they're killed. Except, unlike the Hunger Games, sign up for the long walk is voluntary, it seems. And a third of the way into this book, I haven't really established like why people would sign up for this. I think you get like a prize, like a big something at the end, but we don't know what that really entails. I don't know if that's going to be like some big reveal at the end. It feels like a book that has an interesting concept, but like you would need to be a very talented author to not make it seem monotonous, given the whole point of the plot is like these boys are just walking and it can get monotonous, and if they slow down, that's the end. And I don't know, this might be a controversial take. I just don't think that Stephen King is a strong enough writer to make this concept work. This feels like a dream that he had or a concept he came up with, and the execution just isn't quite there for me. To be fair, like, I don't know how you would execute this book in a way that would seem interesting. Like, they just walk a lot. I'm gonna finish the book because I want to watch the movie. I'm hoping there's gonna be like some big like bang at the end that's gonna make me go like, ah, this was all worth it. Right now, not so sure. But hey, I got another panel done. Where did I put my foot last? Ah. Come on, mobility. Come on. Okay. Oh yeah, left knee. That's the good knee. That's the knee with character. Oh. This is the knee you invite to parties when you just want to throw a little spice into the mix. Almost done. I'm so hungry. Why did I not eat breakfast before this? It's gonna be okay. Okay, bang through. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 planks. We're gonna hose some food. So I really love the show Survivor. Yes, I love reality TV. Every time I'm watching it, RV Repair Boyfriend is like, Emily, you should apply. You're great at talking to people. You're great at like strategic board games and things like that. I think you do really well. And I'm like, I agree on all those fronts, RV Repair Boyfriend. Except you're forgetting my fatal flaw. I cannot miss a meal. And my entire personality is based on how long it's been since I ate. It's like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde over here. All it takes is one time missing that sandwich, and then he comes out, and it's all over after that, man. It's all over. But does anyone watching this also watch Survivor? How do we feel about the new era? I know I'm not the only one to say it. It feels very kumbaya. Cute. How cute they are. You go get a vision of what this is gonna look like. There we go. Look at that. I think it's gonna look real cute, man. It's gonna look real cute. That's a light. Very exciting. We're also gonna do this 2-second test. We're just trying to see how bright these lights are. These are either gonna be not bright at all, or
Dad's gonna be blinded.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
That's great.
It is nice and warm. Don't look, Dad, but it looks great.
Yeah, okay, you can.
Yeah, you can look.
Okay, so here's the vibe. We're looking at the driver's side wall of the van. So this is going to be all of those beautiful planks that we have waiting drying out there. Right about here is going to be some little steps to help Winona get up onto the bench/bed area. Here's your wheel well. And then in this area is going to be a set of shelving, and that's going to kind of recess into that bow out of the wall. And so right now we're going to try to figure out the logistics of these shelves, because we sort of have a vision, but maybe not the logistics of that vision. That's what's going to happen now. Okay, so we're thinking like, if this is 6 inches, like it's got to be only like 3, so you still have 2.
There's going to be a shelf at the bottom that's like the gap that's here, and then a shelf that's the foam.
To be like the back support.
The space for the foam.
Okay. Dad, meanwhile, as he walks across frame, is
figuring out this DC to DC
charger situation. Our biggest fear with the DC to DC charger is the more you read into them, the more they're like, if you do it wrong, you can destroy your alternator. And Maddie is going from here on like a week and a half,
at least, probably 2.
Long trip to get from here back to the other side of the country where she lives. So we really don't want to have her stranded in the middle of the country. We're not gonna try that. We're not gonna try that. I'm just gonna take it.
Yeah, I think we could go do some measurements. and right outside.
Yeah, I do feel vindicated about how freaking hot it is in here. Part of me was just like, Emily, you've lived in Las Vegas for a decade. You know how to work in the heat. Why were we struggling so bad that one day?
No, it's awful.
It's so much hotter in here than it is outside. Right now, we're cleaning these shelves about as fast as we can so we can get out of here. They're gonna be 50 and 7/8 wide. Okay.
Because we want this just to be flush with the wall. So whatever
Yep, I feel you.
length the bottom needs to be to get it flush with the wall, and it might be slightly bent, and that's okay. This is not the blanket. I can show you my progress on the blanket.
Are you crocheting?
I'm crocheting a blanket. That's a bookshelf blanket, but it's in green and brown for my van.
That's unhinged behavior.
I feel like it's very me behavior.
Those are not mutually exclusive things. My sister's talented. I don't know what to tell you. So we've done enough miscellaneous tasks that the poly from this morning has had a chance to dry. Unlike the stain that took forever and a day, this poly seems to have dried in an appropriate amount of time. So now we have to go through and do a very light sanding on this first coat just to get any like imperfections out. This is gonna be real light. We're not actually trying to change like the shape of the board. It's just occasionally when you put on polyurethane, it can like really bring out the grain and like make the grain raise up a little bit. So we're basically just gonna knock that off and then put on another level of poly, and then in another couple hours we'll evaluate if we want to do that all over again to get a third level. But this already looks so pretty with one.
I think 2 will be
I think 2 is probably going to get us there. And I'm going to wear a respirator because if the fumes are supposed to be that bad,
I'm also going to put my mask on, which was over here.
which means this is all going to be montage mode. We're going to figure out what music do you think goes to sanding?
I was trying to sing the Yoda song and I literally can't.
Rockin' and rollin'. Another meme that my older audience will not get, and I honestly think most of my younger audience.
Every shot is set for you. This is why.
So I am the older sister. I am the smallest member of my family. It just means in every shot, yeah, this is Maddie crouching.
I'm not that tall.
Yeah, but yeah, come stand again. You are fully out of frame. So we're bulking. It's just not helping the height situation. Mm-hmm. So things did not go according to plan. For some reason, when we went to sand, it's sanding through the poly and like getting past where the stain penetrated through. So we're seeing the original wood again, which isn't the vibe. I want to say I've done this before and not had that problem, and I know our mom has done this before. So I just shot mom a text to see if she's callable, and I may just call her anyway to try to get an expert opinion. But luckily, it looks like Maddie can stain over where it went through, but it's not like we want to have to restain all of the wood, because that puts us back at like another 24-hour hold for a lot of this. So I feel like everything's been going really smoothly so far. So if this is our one hiccup, that's okay. So we've consulted with mom, who's done stuff like this a lot. And she was saying that our sandpaper grit was probably a little too high. The can recommends 220, but they also aren't sanding stained objects in their demonstration. They're just sanding wood. So we tried 440? 400 essentially grit sandpaper. And even that was like pulling up more than we wanted. I think I may have put too thin of a coat of poly when I did it all. I was trying to not get too gloopy, especially because we have these like deep grooves. So maybe I went a little too thin. So our options are either sand it and have some of the pine show through, which we don't think's the vibe, or do the second coat without sanding. And we think that's the direction we're gonna go, just because that seems to be the only two options, and the first option is a non-option. So when life gives you 2 lemons and one is actually an orange, choose the lemon. That's what mom always said.
Is it?
No, but that's what she said now. So here we go. Poly 2.0 for this video, and this time you get both of us. Another thing we learned from Mom, for anyone who is gonna do stain and stuff like this in the future, is orbital sander, basically this guy, too aggressive. For this kind of thing, you would want to sand by hand. And we did try sanding by hand, and that was still too much. What do you need? A bag? Normally by hand would be fine. If I think I had done a thicker coat, we wouldn't be in this pickle. So sorry, Mads. Okay. But if you want to try to do this correctly in the future, I think thicker coat on your first coat of poly, and sand by hand when you do go to sand. So sometimes we do the wrong thing so you can learn how to do the right thing, and this is one of those instances.